Hi everyone, and welcome to today's lunchtime webinar on the latest updates with Facebook ads. It's Yvette Adams speaking. I'm the founder of the Creative Collective, and we're so excited that so many of you decided to join us. We only actually started advertising this webinar a week ago, and we're blown away that 120 of you registered. So that's fantastic, and it looks like there's people joining us by the second from all over Australia. Some names I recognise, some I don't, but whoever you are, welcome. So just a super quick background on me and the Creative Collective, and then I'll hand you over to the amazing Heather Porter, who's dialing in today from Sydney. So as you can see on the screen, I started off in New Zealand. I travelled a whole lot. I've always been in PR marketing and media, but I love the social media space, and our company, the Creative Collective, runs these lunchtime webinars as a bit of a community service, I guess, to give free information or very low-cost information. To our valued clients, we do hand out codes. I know there was some confusion over whether it was free or not. To some of our VIP networks, we do hand out codes, but to everyone else, it's a very low cost of just $10 to get this information. And we always provide the recordings after the session. So even if you can't make the time, they're great sessions to jump on. Now, I don't know about you, but I find it really hard to keep up with all this stuff. Even though I work in it, I love it, I know a fair bit about it, but there's just so much stuff coming out all the time. Facebook's a really incredible company, and big news announced today. This is not even on the slides, it's that new. They've cracked 2 billion users, so that's just phenomenal. I think we're up to 6 billion people in the world, and they've got 2 billion of them on Facebook, which is just amazing. So there's been lots of updates on Facebook itself, just for general use. Today we're going to focus on updates relating to Facebook advertising. Now, today is a little bit of an advanced session, and that there is going to be some knowledge assumed. We're going to point out what we are going to presume you already know. And if you're sitting on here going, I don't know that, then you might want to hook into some of our past modules where we do share that information, or come along to some of our trainings, which we'll tell you about at the end. Even if it is a little bit overwhelming, please keep an open mind, learn new stuff, and we'll give you all the options of how you can get help to get new knowledge, or even get help doing this stuff at the end and throughout the session. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our presenter for today's session, the amazing Heather Porter, who is one of our trainers and consultants for the Training Collective based out of Sydney. Good afternoon, Heather.
Yvette, hello, and hello everybody. I'm so excited to be hanging out with you here. And before we get started, I'll just quickly introduce myself, because then we have a lot to get through. So I have worked with a lot of different top speakers. That's sort of my past job that I have. I worked with people like Tony Robbins and speakers like Chris Howard. And back in those days, I used to run a club called Billionaire Adventure Club, where we connected entrepreneurs with mentors and nonprofits, such as the Branson Center of Entrepreneurship. Gosh, since then, I have basically got bit really hard with the online marketing bug when some of these speakers said, hey, Heather, we want to take our offline tribes and put them online. How do we do this? What is that Facebook thing? So back in 2008, I started building websites and using social media, WordPress, SEO, all aspects of digital marketing. Right now, I'm a co-host of a podcast with fans in over 100 countries, #1 Amazon bestseller, co-author of 4 business books, and host of that social media show on the Brin app, of which I know, Yvette, you have a show as well. Founder of Autopilot Your Business, which trains automation strategies, or I should say trains small businesses in automation strategies. And I've built hundreds of websites, managed dozens of social media campaigns, produced and distributed videos, blogs, and podcasts, and CRM systems. So yes, I'm a bit of a techie online marketing nerd, and I'm extraordinarily excited to be hanging out with you guys here during your lunch hour. So are you guys ready? Here we go. So here's what we're going to be running through in the next hour. Why there is so much more to Facebook ads than boosting posts. So for those of you guys just clicking that little boost button when you're doing your updates on your business page, there's a lot better way to be distributing your content and using ads. What you must have set up before you start Facebook advertising, including setting up the newest Facebook pixel, an orientation around the latest version of Facebook ads, including the Ads Manager menu, your latest options for setting up custom audiences, including the new engagement option, which I absolutely love, how advertisers are getting more control over their ad placements, creating full width ads for the audience network, new stricter rules against clickbait, how Facebook is testing video format to cover images. That's cool too, you guys. You can actually put a video inside of your cover of your page. Optimizing your Facebook post target audience, new Canvas ads templates, creating value-based lookalike audiences, latest Facebook Live updates, using GIFs in page comments, Facebook Messenger updates, and Facebook trending topics now display more stories. And if we have time, which we should have a little bit right at the end, we'll do some questions. But here's the thing as well. Yvette said to me she's going to be there in the chat with you guys, answering questions as we go as best as she can, and we'll also get some questions at the end, which would be beneficial to answer in front of all of you guys. So a lot to cover, isn't there? Amazing. All right. So state of Facebook. So check this out. Now there is more than 2 billion people that are using Facebook every single month. 1 of every 5 minutes that people in the US spend on mobile is on Facebook or Instagram. And there's 500 million Instagrammers using that app each and every month. Incredible, huge reach on these platforms. And absolute game changer. On the 21st of January, 2014, Facebook put through a game-changing algorithm update, forcing all business users to seriously consider advertising just to have their posts be seen on Facebook. So what I say about that is basically whenever you put a link in a post that you're putting on your Facebook business page, the second you do that, you're basically saying, hey, Facebook, I want to send some traffic off of your platform. And they don't like that very much. So nowadays, if you're promoting your blog posts or sending people to landing pages or sales pages or your website in general, you're going to have to pay for that traffic. And just to do little updates as well, just to get more eyeballs on that traffic, you're needing to put a little bit of money behind that. So as Yvette said earlier, we are making some assumptions about the knowledge that you guys have. And the first one is this, that there is so much more to Facebook ads than boosting posts. Remember, I just said earlier, if you're just focusing on clicking that boost button, then you're not truly using Facebook ads as you should be. So in fact, if you're only doing boosting posts, you're not really doing advertising on Facebook, you're just playing. I love that. All right, so moving on from there. Assumed knowledge number 2, that you know about audience goals, budget, different ad formats, and I think I'm just double checking my text here. Seems like it was slightly cut off at the bottom. I'm just making sure you guys can see that okay. Let's see if I can just expand my screen a little bit here. Yeah, it's a little bit cut off at the bottom. Sorry if that's a little confusing for you. So if you don't, so what that says is basically this, guys, if you don't know about using budgets, if you don't know about your objectives in Facebook ads, if you're not sure about all these formats that you can use, video, canvas, collection, carousel, etc., if you're not really sure about placement options available and how to maintain and measure your ads, I highly recommend that you come to a training, collective training. And I do that. I do those as well in Sydney. I'm the trainer here in Sydney. So if you guys are in Sydney, I would absolutely love to see you and we could go through this in depth together. So what you must also have set up before you start Facebook advertising and using these cool new features is this. You need to have your Facebook pixels set up and good to go. And that's just simply a bridge between your Facebook Ads Manager and your website. It allows Facebook and your website to talk to each other, so you can do a lot of different advanced targeting. You also need a bunch of good converting landing pages on your website. So these are the pages that you send people to from your ads. It's really, really important you have really great pages on your site already optimized for leads or sales before you send the traffic over that way. You need a database, so your actual email list. You also need good imagery or videos. And definitely, if you don't have that or you can't afford a photographer or get somebody to do that for you, then you can use stock imagery. You need Google Analytics and custom audiences, which is a way of grouping together different target audiences that you can actually now promote ads to on Facebook. Again, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, and this is just a little bit over your head, please, please, please talk to the Creative Collective and they can help you out with that. All right, so let's move on. The all-important Facebook pixel. So this, again, that's the bridge between your Facebook Ads Manager and your website. And it allows you to do retargeting. So do you guys know, like, when you go to a website and let's say you're shopping on e-commerce and you see a pair of shoes and then you sort of decide, no, I don't want the shoes anymore. I leave that website. And suddenly you see ads on Facebook and around the internet or just different websites that are basically saying, hey, wait, what about these shoes? You know, it's like they're kind of chasing you around the online. That's what retargeting is. Also optimization, it allows you to optimize the types of audiences that you're going to reach with your ads. Tracking, you can track what people are doing on your website and actually build audiences based on that. Custom audiences, which is like uploading your email list, people spending specific amounts of times on your website as well. So your actual website traffic, you can build audiences of them. Custom conversations and also conversions. So conversations, what that just simply means is that if somebody is, cold traffic, they don't quite know you yet, you can target cold traffic. But then let's say they're on your email list, you can now just target them. Let's say they visit specific pages on your website, you can just target them, and you can have custom conversations based on where they are in the customer journey with you. But also conversions, you can go ahead and track actual conversions. So if somebody buys something off your website, you can track that. And also, of course, you need to add this to your website to make it all work. All right, moving on. Where you can find most of these cool new features is inside of your Facebook Business Manager. Now, if you have not ever been around Business Manager or you don't have Business Manager set up yet, you can just go to the URL there on the slide, which is business.facebook.com, and it will allow you to open that up. And basically what it allows you to do is it gives you lots of different analytics and reporting. You can track, you can have different pixels, you can have different pages. Let's say you have different Facebook pages, you can all manage it from in one place and also have multiple ad accounts, and you can add team members to it, outsource things like that. So it's a really great way of scaling your business growth on Facebook. Custom audiences. So just to recap on what they are again. So there's multiple kinds, and inside of your Facebook Ads Manager, you basically can create audiences. The first type of audience is called a custom audience. And what that is one of them would be your email list. So you take your database or your email list, and you can upload that into Facebook, creating an audience. And that's powerful because if only around 30%, if you're lucky, of people nowadays are actually opening your emails that you send out, what about the other 70%? So now what you can do is you can build an audience of your email list, and you can do ads to them on Facebook as well. You can also do website traffic under custom audiences. So you can actually say, I want everybody that's visited my website within the last 30 days or 180 days, or maybe specific web pages on my website. You can do those types of audiences as well. And you can create engagement audiences, which are people that are engaging with your website and watching your videos on your Facebook page and things like that. So the latest options for setting up custom audiences, there's a couple of them. On the left-hand side of the slide, you'll see that, like I just said, we have an engagement option. So when you're creating a custom audience, you can basically go in and choose engagement. And inside of there, check this out. There's an option to actually then choose people that have engaged with your page, with your Facebook page. So you can say everyone who engaged with my page, or people that visited my page or engaged with a post or an ad of mine. And you can build an audience of people that are highly engaged and excited about your brand because they've done different things with your Facebook page. And now you can send ads just to them. You can also do time spent on your website. So when you're creating the audience of website traffic, you can now add on another condition, which you'll see here on the right-hand side. It says, basically, I want to have an audience of everybody that's visited my website within the last 30 days and people that have spent the most time on my site. So the top 25% of the people that have come to my site within the last 30 days. So now you're really, really not just taking your website visitors like we used to be able to in the past, but you can really ramp that up a level to the most active website visitors, build an audience of them, and now place ads to them. Pretty powerful stuff, isn't it, guys? Okay, so advertisers are getting more control over their ad placements. This is an update from June of 2017, so it's very, very recent. So quickly on that, basically you have more controls in the audience network, which is a place outside of Facebook where you can put your ads. So your ads show up on other people's apps, other mobile websites. Also, you have option of instant articles and in-stream ads. So basically instant articles is kind of like a blog, your own blog within Facebook. if you think of it like that. So you can actually have your own articles inside of Facebook. And in-stream ads, that is the ability to actually put clips of video, like in YouTube. If you guys go on YouTube and you are watching a video and suddenly an ad pops up in the middle, you can also do that starting in Facebook as well, where on other people's videos, you can have a little video ad in that. In video advertisements, that's what I was just talking about there. So we're starting to be allowed to go ahead and do in-stream or native or interstitial, where you can basically go nuts and crazy with your video campaigns, putting them everywhere. So it's on other people's content now, not just on your own posts. Blocking at the account level, not just that campaign, and pre-campaign transparency. So Facebook are offering upfront publisher level transparency across audience, network, instant articles, and in-stream ads on Facebook. So really what this is saying, you guys, is that you're getting a lot more control as to where your ads are being displayed and the types of ads. So they're getting way more interactive. So it's not just about having a post that sits on somebody's newsfeed anymore. It's about your content now showing up in other people's content, showing up actually like blog posts or mini articles inside of Facebook as well. So creating value-based lookalike audience is also something that's been updated recently in May of 2017. So what this means is basically what we could do in the past is we could just say, okay, so Facebook, I've uploaded my email list and I want you to create a lookalike audience of that. So Facebook can now create an audience for you based on those people already on your email list. Or you could say, hey, Facebook, I have my audience I've created of my website traffic or my website visitors. Now go out and create a similar audience to that. So they've taken it up a notch. And now what you can do is actually do value optimization, where you're basically Facebook starting to get to know you or your audiences at a much deeper level. And it's starting to be able to see how much money people on your audiences are spending with you over a certain amount of time. And then it'll allow you to go out and create another audience that's similar to the people spending the money with you. So it's not just about wide-reaching audiences. It's much more about how much money your audience is spending with you and then trying to find other people just like them. So you can also create lookalike audiences based on custom audiences that include the data about your customers' expected lifetime value as well. So it's not just anymore about how much they are spending. It's about your projected lifetime value of your customers. And then you can get Facebook to try and find other people similar to them. How are we going? I'm just checking in with you guys. Oh, good. I see little questions rolling down the right-hand side. Love it, Renee. Bloody kids, we'll have to watch the recording later. All good. We have a recording for you for sure. All right. So moving on, optimizing your Facebook post target audience. So the old news, this is the old news, you guys, in case you missed it, okay? So every time you publish a new Facebook post, you'll be able to use the audience optimization to ensure the right people will see your Facebook page posts. So check this out. On your screen here, when you go into your Facebook business page and you create a post, there's those little icons that pop up below. So you have a camera, a smiley face, the little pin for the map, all that sort of stuff. Look at the one that's the little crosshairs. If you click on that, then you now have the ability to actually reach sub niches within your actual followers, those people that like your pages. So down on the left-hand side, you can actually see once you click on that little crosshairs, it opens up with interest. So you can sort of say, okay, now I just want everybody on my page that's interested in, marketing or health food or, dieting or whatever it is that you're trying to promote in that specific post. This works really well for those of you that have different customer avatars or different markets or different products. So if your page has more than 5,000 likes, the audience optimization is already activated. If you don't see those crosshairs, you can go into your page settings and turn it on. All right. Creating full width ads for audience networks. This is updated from May 2017. So according to a Facebook study, full width ads increase the ad's user engagement by 58% and monetization by 34%. So what these are is basically, if you're looking on your screen here, it's opening up more into almost like you're on a website, and you can see it's covering the whole phone rather than just sitting inside of the news feed. So it doesn't look like a normal post or advertisement anymore. It actually looks like you're on a website. So this new full width ad format is now available to all mobile web publishers on Audience Network through header bidding. So you can use it as part of your audience network, which again is when you're targeting people outside of Facebook. These are putting your ads on apps or on other people's mobile websites. And full width just simply means that, let's say you're on somebody's app and they're playing a game, and then suddenly your ad shows up full width screen in between them doing one thing to the next on a mobile website or an app. All right, so Facebook trending topics is now displaying more stories. So that's a May update. At the end of May, Facebook introduced a redesigned trending results page. So basically, more and more people are using Facebook now for news. So they're going on and actually using it as a news resource to see what's going on, what topics are trending. So Facebook's now basically just ramped that up a bit and made it more user-friendly. So now when you're clicking through to a trending topic, they'll show you a carousel of other popular articles written about that subject by different publishers. Facebook Live updates. Do any of you guys use Live? By the way, Live's really where we're going with Facebook. It is incredibly, incredibly powerful. They're trying to compete with YouTube, and they're trying to be the go-to place for video in the future. So if you haven't used Live, use it. Give it a go. So with the updates, what they're doing is they're rolling out a lot of different changes right now. One of them is the ability to allow somebody to join you. So on your screen there, you can actually see that Aaron is brought in as a little box there in the top right. So you can invite other people in and have a conversation that is now live. And what's cool with this is that when you do that, not only will Aaron's users be alerted, but yours will. So it's kind of joining forces, if you will. So both of your friends or your followers will be notified at the same time, which is incredibly powerful. Don't be too scared to try Live, Carol. Seriously, here's the cool thing about it. Here's why Live is going really, really well. It is authentic, it is real, and people are desperate for realness, for authenticity right now. They don't want perfection anymore. So you think about everybody that goes on Live, there's always mistakes being made, there's imperfections, and that's what endears you to somebody's brand. And there's a lot of really cool software and tools that you can use nowadays. Some of it's free, some of it's almost free, where you can actually pump out something quite professional. It's incredibly powerful. And then you can boost, and I should say not boost, but promote these live videos as ads. And you can use the Facebook Ads Manager for that. New stricter rules against clickbait. Hallelujah for that. So in May of 2017, there's that update. So people are just not impressed when they click on a link in a newsfeed that leads them to a web page that basically doesn't really have the same content on it as the ad. So have you guys been around websites and they'll be like I live in Northern Beaches, by the way, of Sydney, so I see this one all the time. This French's Forest mom has lost 30 pounds. And then you click on that and it takes you to a page that has nothing to do with this woman losing weight. That's clickbait. So it's basically trying to get you to click with sort of a cheesy headline or something you're like, wow, what's that? And then taking you off to a page that really doesn't match. So Facebook's really cracking down on that right now with their ads. They want to make sure that it is truly a native experience where the content that you're putting out is user-friendly and fits within the Facebook platform and is also trustworthy. All right, so improving, oops, I just went nuts. So with my slides, you guys, sorry about that. Let me just go back to where I was. 1 second. We're almost there. Almost there, almost there. All right, here you go. Improve customer acquisition with the power of lead ads and offline conversion. And that is a recent update as well. So lead adverts are designed to make mobile signups easy by removing the usual friction of filling in an online form. So basically, a lead ad allows you to have that conversion happen inside of Facebook, inside the ad itself, so they can fill out a form inside of the Facebook ad. And then that can link into your CRM system or your point of sale system as well. It's just, again, a way of keeping people on the Facebook platform. It's easier and faster, and then they don't have to go off to your website to become a client or lead of yours. With the offline conversion solution, businesses can create direct connections between adverts and results. They can create campaigns based on offline successes by targeting high value customers from the prior month using custom audiences and lookalike audiences. They can gain insights and build campaigns based on actual transactions by retargeting buyers of a certain category. So by using this conversion inside of Facebook through these ads, you have much deeper level tracking because more of the activities are now happening inside of Facebook. Dynamic adverts for travel. So if any of you guys are in the travel space, you can basically use this new form of advertising to promote hotels and destinations across devices to people booking trips. So for example, you can use mobile first video to build awareness for your brand and inspire people to travel. You can share promotions with your loyalty members and similar customers to drive consideration for your property, destination, or airline. You can drive bookings as well. So here's an example here from Cathay Pacific, where they're promoting one of their great fares for the airline. New Canvas ad templates. All right, so this one's pretty cool. Canvas ads, so this is updated on 2017. So new Canvas ad formats, you can get new customers, bring your stories from websites and landing pages over to Canvas to nurture interest in a friction-free fashion and drive customers to convert. You can also sell products, enable discovery and purchase of products and services in a visual and immersive way. And you can showcase your business, drive brand awareness by combining the power of engaging videos and photos. So really what Canvas is, I like to think of it as a website inside of an ad. So what happens is that it's almost like you have tabs and you can click on a tab and it opens up like a little section where you can have images and text, and you can have buttons. So it's almost like if you picture a website menu, you can stick that in an ad and you can start to click on the different links in there and it opens up different sections. So as they say here on top of that, it will be easier to create new Canvas ads as Facebook will automatically pull all images from your landing pages along with their associated destination links. So again, there's some themes happening here where what Facebook is doing is it's truly trying to make it easier for people to stay inside of Facebook, which is hugely beneficial for them, obviously, because they make their money when there's more ads happening and more people hanging out in their platform. So they're doing this through these Canvas ads. So, you have your sort of new, I call it the website within Facebook. They're doing it through the different types of ads as well, like we were just talking about, where you can have your conversions happening inside of the ad instead of sending people off to your website. They're doing it with the full width content. So they're truly trying to have your content actually look like it's a part of Facebook rather than having a ad where you're sending people off to your website. So this is the theme, the overarching theme of what we're looking at here with these changes that we're talking about now. Facebook Messenger updates. So the new Messenger home screen still has its stories feature and Messenger Day, but the emphasis is placed on connecting with all the people and businesses more quickly. At the top bar, there are tabs for messages, active, and groups. The bottom bar features tabs for home, calls, people, and games. Facebook also added a red dot that will help to catch up on unseen messages, calls, and other new activity. So Messenger is huge right now. Not just, I'm not surprised that this has happened because a couple things are going on with Messenger. We have Messenger ads that Facebook allows you to do. So you are able to actually send out messages inside of your Messenger as ads. And you're also able to use bots. They have Facebook Messenger bots, which are simply just automation. For those of you guys using autoresponder emails already in your business where people sign up and they sort of go through a sequence and get autoresponders, it's now being able to be done inside of your Messenger. So you can actually, if somebody texts you something in Messenger, you can actually have a bot or a pre written series of autoresponders that can go out inside of your messenger, which is quite amazing. So I'm not surprised, when Facebook's brought out this change here, because what they're trying to allow you to do is use your messenger easier, to navigate it, to make sure you're not missing messages that come in live chat. And I know, guys, you might have seen this as well. I've been seeing this on a lot of different service-based websites where you make appointments, where there's an actual little app on the website, and it'll say, hey, I'm on Messenger, ask me questions. We're live now, ask me questions. And so the conversation is now truly moving, to be fully integrated from your website and also inside of social. And a big part of that is using Messenger and now Messenger ads. So here's a fun alert. Facebook added GIFs to comments. How cool is that? So this feature was added to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the GIF format. I can't believe it. Has it seriously been 30 years? That is crazy. Marketers can search GIFs by using different services like Giphy and Tenor, then post them in the comments box in Facebook Messenger or in status updates. I love GIFs. I think they're amazing. And here's some facts on why, or some ideas on why you should use them. GIFs show that you're paying attention to internet trends. They show that you and your brand have a fun side. They add more context to shorter message, post, or tweets. They get your message across in a shorter amount of time. They're easily shareable, and they convey emotions better than text or photos alone. And for those of you that don't know what a GIF is, it's just simply a quick moving little image. So it's not quite a video, it's way shorter than that. It's where an image is slightly moving. GIFs are also great as well in your emails. So if you're sending out emails and you have a video that you're sending people to, or just something funny that you want to get across, you can embed your GIFs inside of your email using your email program, which is pretty cool. All right. So Instagram story ads, and sorry that my text, you guys, is cutting off slightly on my screen. I'm pretty sure it's because I have a different set of fonts loaded on my computer than these slides were made. So you'll get it again. You'll get a copy of these, so you'll be able to read these in your own time. So Instagram stories ads now available globally. How cool is that? I'm going to repeat that. Instagram stories ads are now available globally. Yay, love that. So through self-serve on Power Editor, Ads Manager, or the Marketing API, businesses can now run ads on stories optimized for reach. So in January, Facebook announced immersive full screen ads coming to Instagram stories. Ads and stories let your business use targeting and reach capabilities that make your ads personally relevant to the people you want to reach. That paired with the measurement tools gives you confidence to know how it works. It's unmatched in a stories experience. And I do want to just cover this little case study here as well. So Airbnb ran a series of 15-second video ads and stories to build awareness and buzz around its largest product launch to date, experiences on Airbnb. With its stories campaign, the company saw a double-digit point increase in ad recall. Additionally, when people were asked to identify a company for travelers to find and book local tours, activities, and experiences, the campaign saw a statistically significant lift in those selected Airbnb. So something about this as well I want to bring up. You guys are lucky to be here and part of the collective, because some of the things you're learning are so early adopter that it means that there's not a great deal of competition if you can pick this up and run with it right now. One of them being using Facebook Messenger more in your business, and also trying Facebook Messenger ads. Because the thing is, I was speaking not too long ago at one of the universities here in Sydney, and I was talking to them about specifically there's an international student area in the uni, and I was talking to those that are in the recruitment for China. And I said, look, obviously I know Facebook is not in China, so what do you guys use? And they go, well, we use WhatsApp. That's pretty much what we use. And so if we're looking at, China using WhatsApp, and also the younger generations, the millennials, using Messenger as well for communications and other apps for chatting like Snapchat. Really, the future of where we're headed on social and online is using these Messenger apps. So if you can get in now and really understand Facebook Messenger, use it as a chat platform for your traffic that hits your website, but also use ads, you're going to be a huge step ahead of where businesses are heading. But also with Instagram as well. So if you can start to use video on Instagram more wisely, such as stories, you too will also be way ahead of the curve. And now using something like this that you're seeing on your screen, where you can use ads as Instagram stories. So those little stories, right, you know, when you're on your app and you have those little rainbow circles right up at the top, it's going to be eye-popping and eye-catching for people to have these quick little video bites, and you can actually send them out as ads. And also just remember, Facebook and Instagram ads are in the same place. So in your ads account in Facebook, you target people on Facebook, but also Instagram from exactly the same place. So you can target, you know, using all these audiences we talked about. So people that visit your website, people that visit specific pages, or spend like 25% amount of time on your website, or people that, you know, are similar to people spending money with you already, or people that are already on your email list. So all these audiences that you have the potential of now putting together, you can now reach people in Messenger and reach them on, you know, Instagram and stories and Facebook and, you know, Canvas ads, and really, really go nuts promoting your content to the right people at the right time, where they are with you in the customer journey. So it's incredibly exciting what's starting to happen, and how incredibly easy it is as well once you know this stuff, once you have the blueprints, the tools, and the steps to do that. So what's coming? Facebook is testing video format cover photos. I mentioned that earlier right at the start. That's pretty cool too. So when you're on your business page, you can now, I have it on mine, and probably some of you guys, if not all of you, already have the option to do this. But right over your cover photo, you'll have a little option to actually now put a video in there. So cover photo or cover videos must be at least 20 seconds long, but no more than 90 seconds long. The recommended video crop size is 820 pixels by 462 pixels. And cover photos, or sorry, I keep saying photos, cover videos should autoplay and auto loop. So that's really key to make this eye-catching. You have to know what you're doing here to get a video that's actually going to loop properly, so it looks not disjointed. And page admins can upload cover videos the same way they currently upload cover photos. Pretty cool. All right, so moving on. I want to go into some of the key takeaways, and then I want to be able to answer some questions as well. So number one, we have to make sure you have the Facebook Business Manager established and set up. Okay, so that's one, it's like a notch above your Ads Manager. So what a lot of us, probably you guys have still, is an Ads Manager where you just have gone into your Facebook and you've set up ads by just, you know, getting one ads account going. Now what you can do is set up a full Business Manager where you have more analytics, more tracking, deeper level ways of doing advertising. You can also, if you have multiple Facebook pages and multiple websites, you can set up different properties in your Business Manager. So you can have, let's say you have 2 websites and 2 Facebook pages, you can set those up as properties, and you'll have a different pixel for each. Meaning that now you're not muddying the waters. And because I've seen this a lot as well, where people will say, okay, well, I have 3 websites, and they put their pixel on all 3 websites. And then now they're trying to do ads to website visitors, but Facebook's going, help, which website visitors? It's all one and the same. So Facebook Business Manager is going to be incredibly important moving ahead as you take up your, you know, I guess your professional edge using Facebook ads. You want to make sure you have tracking and conversion pixels in place and that they are firing. Okay, so again, pixels, you find that in your Ads Manager. And that is the bridge between your website and Facebook. So it's a little piece of code, and you pop that on your website, or you give that to your web team to do that for you. And as soon as you have that, now you're able to build audiences based on people that are visiting your website or visiting certain pages on your website as well. And this is where that magic happens with cart abandonment ads or retargeting, whereas you can actually create audiences that are basically, if somebody visits my sales page, but they don't actually visit my checkout page, then we're going to build an audience of that, so we can send ads to people to remind them, hey, you know, you haven't checked out, maybe here's a 10% off discount, or, you know, a little voucher for you, so you can do ads like that. Number 3, you want to locate any databases that you can upload for custom audiences and lookalike audiences. So picture this. Let's say you have your database, so you have people on that list that are perhaps, leads or prospects. So they've never purchased from you. And then maybe you have people that have purchased from you. So that's a very different type of database. And now what you can do, you want to separate that or segment that into different lists. So when you're going in to build audiences, you can sort of say, okay, well, I'm going to start with my leads, those that have not yet purchased from me. And I'm going to upload those as an audience. I'm now going to take all my buyers and I'm going to upload those. And then you can have different ads just alone for that. Imagine that. You can have different loyalty ads to those that buy. You can have, new, discounts and specials for first-time buyers to those that are not yet your clients. But you can also create lookalike audiences. So lookalike audience of buyers is going to be very different from a lookalike audience of prospects, isn't it? So really be thinking about the databases that you already have. How can you segment those and how can you upload those to create audiences? Have great landing pages. This is key, you guys, because although I was saying that a lot of what's happening with Facebook is to try and keep content and conversions and signups happening inside of Facebook, you still are going to do a lot of your work sending people to your website. So landing pages, again, are just a page that you send traffic to that has one objective only, and that is either to get a lead if you're using an opt-in or a squeeze or landing page to get leads, or to get a sale if you're using a sales page. So you need to have these pages on your website designed properly in order to convert the traffic that you send to them from your ads. You need to have a great team to work with and really, truly trust them, because I don't know about you, but when I look at these updates straight away, I get a little bit overwhelmed. I get very, very excited. And I think, oh my God, the potential is amazing. I can't wait to do this stuff. But then also I get a little overwhelmed. And a lot of you guys, I know your strong suit is probably not as a copywriter or, as an ads manager. So really you're going to want to locate a team to help you implement some of these changes if it's just something that's slightly out of reach for you to do yourself. And also you need to be prepared to commit some money to your Facebook campaign. It truly can produce massive results for you guys. And here's the thing, Facebook wants you to make money when you place ads. That's why they're doing all these changes, because they're trying to make it easier for you to reach your target market and actually help you create these audiences and do different ads to actually reach them where they are in the customer journey with you. So for those that don't know you, they're going to help you try and get them to understand you through some of these Insta articles and Canvas ads, so they can get to know you more before they make a decision. And for those that already know you, they're going to try and make it easier for you to do engagement audiences, from people that are on your website for at least 25% of, your highest people on your website, or people that have watched, say, 50% of your videos. So they're really trying to make it easy for you to make money, but you need to spend money in order to make money and use some of these tactics as well. Let's see. So if I move on, Yvette, do you want me to go ahead and answer some questions? We have just about 15 minutes left. Do we do questions? Do you want me to continue moving on to the end of the slides?
Yeah, sure. I'm happy to take it from here and go through a few items. And there are a few questions which I'll address. So thanks, everyone. You've been super interactive, and I've been doing my best to respond as I can. Some are specific to your business and some are more general. We'll probably share those more general ones through this. So as we've mentioned, there's a whole lot to Facebook ads. It's really common for both Heather and I and all of our trainers actually to meet people who think that, all you do is boosted posts. And if they're a little bit more exciting, they have a play in Ad Manager, but they often don't know about Facebook Business Manager. They don't know about custom audiences. And look, to be honest, setting up pixels can be a little tricky, and you want to get it right. And then even uploading databases and mapping out, what ads you might serve first and second in a customer journey. So if you want to get training, the Training Collective, which Heather is a trainer for, we've got lots of other wonderful trainers in locations around Australia. Check out thetrainingcollective.com.au, where we list all our upcoming trainings. And there's also bunches of online modules. So if you just want to get on and learn one topic like Facebook advertising or like Facebook competitions. We're actually updating stuff all the time, as you can imagine. So we're going as fast as we can, but that's also why we run these webinars, to get a quick update and add that content as well to make them better and better. So on screen now is a bit of an idea of the sort of stuff we've got coming up. Everything from more free webinars. Actually, Sunshine Coast Council is offering some fantastic webinars about improving your productivity and profitability. So if you want to check those out, they're listed there. You can see we're running stuff in Sunshine Coast, Sydney, Melbourne. If you're like, I just want Facebook ads and there's not one in Melbourne, as someone asked earlier, if there's enough of you, we will put it on. So basically, we always keep a list of people who are interested in a certain topic in a certain location, and provided we've got sort of 4 or 5 people, we will go ahead and schedule that. But yeah, as you can see, there's a huge amount of different upcoming sessions you can hook into, and would love to see you at those. We'll go on to the next slide. This is an example of some of the online modules we've got. So there's one on running Facebook contests, just that, MailChimp for starters, Facebook advertising campaigns, writing for digital, producing digital images. There really is a lot to know in this digital space. So you can bite those off, or we've even got the Ultimate Social Media course, which is essentially a series of modules on the topics of social media, all thrown into one if you really want that comprehensive stuff. So we'll keep going from there. They're all on the Training Collective website. And as we've also alluded to, some people want the training and they really have an appetite to do the stuff yourself. But, you know, be realistic. If you really aren't going to have the time and you aren't really going to commit to keeping up to date and putting in a few hours to get stuff set up and monitor it and report on it and really do a good job of that, if you are a small business owner, you're wearing lots of hats and marketing isn't really your thing, you might just want to get help with Facebook ads. My company, the Creative Collective, can do a consult, so just a quick one-off thing to look at the ads you're already running, give you some feedback, maybe design a strategy on what you could be doing differently in the future. Just yesterday, I met with a fruit growers association, and they're looking at what kind of Facebook campaign they might get up as a maintenance one, but also as a one-off campaign to launch a new product. They've got a new variety of fruit. Also, we do setup, so we can set it up and leave you to manage from there. But our preference is to provide ongoing Facebook management. So you just need to turn up for the monthly meetings or get the monthly report and hear what we've got to say. And then we also do one-off campaigns. The writing has overtaken because of the little font issue that Heather outlined. So that's where we can run a campaign for a month or 6 weeks or 3 months or whatever you want to kind of just get whatever it is you want to happening. So there was a question from Stephen, which is, what is the basic dollar commitment required to achieve decent results, and how long should it take to get results that make the spend worthwhile? I was starting to type a reply to you, Stephen. We might even get Heather's feedback on this, but that really is like a how long is a piece of string question.
Yeah.
It really depends on what your objectives are, what your audience is, what you've already got established. You know, do you have databases you're uploading to custom audiences? Do you have a website with high traffic volume or not? Do you have an existing Facebook community or not? But, you know, absolute minimum for one objective, I would say $10 a day. But that's one objective, like get new likes. You know, really we're starting to say to clients $1,000 a month. And as to what the return will be, depends on your objective. Some people aren't looking for a dollar return. They're looking for an increase in database or an increase in traffic. But we'd have to kind of go through all of that with you in order to design a strategy. How do you tell people that very commonly asked question, Heather? How do you answer that?
Pretty similar to what you said, where it's $10 starting a day per objective. Like you said, an objective could be a Facebook like, an objective could also be, guys, it could be just getting people to watch a video, it could get people to go to a landing page. So $10 per day per objective. But then from there as well, you're going to run a ramp up quickly because you'll want to do retargeting. Like the second you do, let's just give you a little case study. So there was a company that was running an event, and how they worked it is they basically had an ad. It was a video to promote to different audiences, and they spent $10 a day per audience. So they had people in Adelaide, they had people in Sydney, they were going national with it. So first of all, it was $10 a day per different capital city. Then from there, they had a retargeting campaign. So they set up an audience of people that had watched at least 50% of the video ad. And that's one of those new changes, guys, that we talked about under the engagement under custom audiences. And then they did another $10 a day for that. So they had basically ads following up people that watched at least 50% of that video ad. So straight away, you're looking at for that campaign, that's sort of around $50, $60 a day. And that was just for promoting one event, not all their other business objectives as well. So that's kind of an example of how it varies based on your objectives and I guess what you want to do.
Cool. Thanks for that, Heather. I hope that answers your question, Stephen. Inika said would be interested in training on Facebook Business Manager, and we're in Melbourne. So, Inika, there's a couple of you that are in Melbourne that want that training. So I'm going to pass all these details over to Penny from the Training Collective and see if we can't put on a Facebook ad training in the next month or so that would help all you guys out. Millie said, which one should I enroll in for Pixel training? Our Facebook ad session, we do go through Pixels, but you do need to appreciate, Millie, that as to whether we can achieve that for you on the day really depends on quite a few factors, like what website platform you're on. If it's a case of WordPress, which is one of the most commonly used ones, there are plugins and we can show you how to do that. If it's a sort of lesser known CMS, some of them are pretty tricky to set up, and it might even be something that you should outsource. It's a one-off thing, get it done and get it done properly, and then you're in a good position to start advertising from there. Millie says, our Facebook business was recently disabled. I'm setting up a new one. Do I need to create new pixels? So yeah, you will need to create new pixels. You definitely don't want two sets of pixels from Facebook or Google on your website because they can, counteract each other and you won't get a true picture. The other thing I would add is not just on the stats side, but pixels are, or even the results Facebook renders aren't always 100% accurate. We find that Google Analytics tracking is sort of a bit more reliable. So generally we'll recommend implementing Google Analytics and looking at both Facebook reports as well as Google Analytics for a true picture of how your Facebook is going. Vicky said, does the Facebook training on the Sunshine Coast cover everything we need to know as newbies? Vicky, we used to run Facebook for beginners when people really weren't on Facebook, didn't even have a profile or a page or only had a page but were just getting started. Demand for that went down because the level of knowledge has sort of gone up. You might be best to do some Facebook beginner training online and then come to one of our Facebook sessions. But I would take that question offline and to Penny, who can guide you into where to go from there. But we have small groups. We do deal with everyone from beginners through to advanced. And we're pretty dynamic, us trainers, aren't we, Heather? We usually can deal with different levels from beginner right through to quite advanced people in
Absolutely,
classes.
Yeah.
Looks like that's all the questions. I've got Lena saying, do you have any examples of previous Canvas ads? Are you asking that, Lena, because you want to see what they were like and what they are like now, or just to get your head around Canvas ads in general? And then Lena also asked, how does this work when most of our customers are purchasing in-store at supermarkets? I think she was looking at the CRM stuff, Heather, wanting to know like return on investment. So if you're sort of getting stockists, that would be pretty hard to track, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Because that's not an easy conversion, really, is it?
No, not really. And that's where I think you probably have to drive whoever you're working with to give you some feedback and whether there's an increase in sales. So we sometimes say just report on financial metrics and in line with social and see if you can draw some comparisons, even if you don't know for sure that social media click resulted in that sale in store. It gives you some idea at least.
And like you're saying, Yvette, too, you understanding Google Analytics and making sure that that's set up properly and tracking and doing some reporting in there, because you can see quite a bit from where traffic's coming from.
Yeah, that's right. Vicky was asking about the course on 2nd of August for Sunshine Coast. Yes, I think that would be a great one. Facebook ads, we do start from the beginning and progressively build your knowledge up. So again, if you want to have a chat and make sure it is suitable for you, just give the office a call on 07 545 11315 and ask for Penny. I'm just going through. I've done quite well keeping up with the questions, just seeing if there's anything I've missed. But Heather, you've done so well to cover so much in the time. I know you saw the slides and didn't know if you would, but you got through all of it and you added a whole lot of value, as I knew you would.
No problem. I didn't want to completely blow your mind, you guys. I just wanted to make sure that we went through the big picture understanding of each of those. And just, I think my intention would be to just hopefully leave you with a lot of potential and excitement and just understanding the opportunity that all of us have right now. I mean, just by hanging out with Annette and the Creative Collective gang, you're really cutting edge. Like, you're with an organization and trainings that are going to make sure you're early adopters, that you're in there before a lot of the crazy competition is happening. Because it's getting very saturated right now, normal Facebook ads, because a lot of people are just clicking that boost button, and it's so much more than that. So if you're using Facebook ads truly to what they can be used as, then you're not going to have a problem finding your right market.
Yeah, absolutely. Start with the beginning though too. Like, you're right, it's saturated, but there is some great stuff here, and that's exactly the feeling I want them all to have too, is feel like, wow, there's all these opportunities, let's get in. So, but be real and work out cost versus benefit. How much time have you got to spend? If you don't have the time but you have the money, you'd be better to outsource this to us. If you have the money but the opposite, not the time, the time but not the money, you'd be best to do some training. And if you have neither time nor money, you're a little bit stuck. You might want to start with just a consult, which is a small amount, and or some online training, and then try and do it yourself. But that's the trick of being in business. So it looks like the questions have tailored off, guys. We really do want your feedback. We're prepared to run more webinars, and we've got some great trainers that have great knowledge like Heather, so we can do other topics. Might send you a survey after this and see what would be most of interest in terms of topics, and we can go from there. But I think these latest updates are definitely of interest, which is cool to see. So we'll send you the slides from today in PDF form. We'll send you the recording. And I think we can wrap it from here, Heather. Thanks so much for joining us and for sharing all your valuable knowledge on Facebook ads.
Thanks for having me. And guys, happy Friday, and good luck implementing some of this amazing information. And the collective, the Creative Collective and the training is amazing that Yvette produces. So absolutely, highly, highly recommend this no matter where you are in your journey. You will absolutely love it. And for those of you guys in Sydney, I hope to see you as well as
Thanks so much, Heather, and see you later, guys. Be in touch soon. Bye.
Bye.